read in the media that a striker is the surprise. No, that I have not said. But you are saying that because my answer is like that. No, I mean something else. Which to me strikes me as Van Gaal saying we're not buying a striker. Which makes sense if he wants to keep Chicharito, which he's indicated. Because I think Rooney and Wilson are guaranteed to be first and third choice strikers. I don't think we're going to sign a fourth choice one. So either Hernandez leaves or Wilson leaves on loan, or we don't sign a striker. And I think the most likely outcome is we don't sign a striker, although personally I would let Hernandez go and bring someone in. And ideally someone who's at least 6'1", I'd say, because Rooney and Wilson are not the most physical of strikers. Llorente might be an extreme on physicality, but I think someone young who knows they're going to be second choice, like a Charlie Austin or Saido Berahino. I know I said physicality, but Berahino is really promising, so I guess we can make an exception for him. Now the one that most United fans will not be happy to hear about. Mark Ogden of the Daily Telegraph is saying that Paris Saint-Germain will bid £45 million plus for Angel Di Maria this weekend. For me, if we get 50 and if he wants to leave, I think we should let him go. I don't think anyone at the club should force Di Maria out. I think we all want him to stay. But if he's not happy in Manchester, I think it's better to let him go than keep an unhappy player. I hope he settles, but if he wants to go, if he comes up to Van Gaal and says, I want to go to Paris, and if PSG come in with a bid that's acceptable to us, I don't see the harm in letting him leave, personally. Because I think we're covered on the wings between Mata, Depay, Young. Valencia can play there if needed. We've got Januzaj, Pereira, Lingard. Through all these players, I just think Angel Di Maria, well, as much as he's obviously going to be one of the best of the group, or probably the most proven winger of this group, at the same time, I just don't think we should keep a player who doesn't want to be here. It's just me. I think the club is bigger than anything. Doesn't matter if it's Ronaldo, Rooney, David De Gea. If you want to leave, match our valuation and go. Unless it's to a rival, of course. And then the next bit of news will get us everyone excited again. Bild are reporting that we've made a €100 million bid for Thomas Muller. That's about £70 million. Bild are usually a really reliable source in Germany. They're the ones who reported the Schweinsteiger to United deal before anyone else. So I think that if this is true, it's good news. Muller is a multifunctional player. He can play across the front three and in the forward line in the 4-2-3-1 formation. So for us, I feel like he'd be a great fit. I'd love to see Rooney up front, Depay on the left, Mata at 10, and Muller on the right. And then if someone gets injured, then Muller or Depay can move around to striker. So for me, I would love to see Thomas Muller come to United. That said, I don't think it'll happen. Bayern have said they're not going to sell two players to United in the same window, and I would take them at their word because they don't need the money. And then lastly, an update on the David De Gea situation. The Manchester Evening News are saying that we want either a world record fee for a goalkeeper, so that'd be £32+ million, or we want Sergio Ramos in exchange to let David De Gea go. For me, I wouldn't even take the money, because I think with 33 million, we'd have to spend 20 on Jasper Cillessen, and it'll take him a year or two to get used to the Premier League. Rather, if it was me, I would say to David De Gea, okay, unless we get Sergio Ramos, you're not leaving. And then I would just move from there. Meanwhile, Real are expected to hold showdown talks with Ramos over his future next week, so we might see some movement on that in the near future. Personally, I think the best solution for all involved, because if the reports that Ramos wants to come to United are true, the best solution is Madrid come to us, they say, okay, we'll give you Sergio Ramos, you need to give us David De Gea plus £10 million. Goalkeepers tend to be cheaper than outfielders, plus De Gea only has a year left on his contract, and he's the one who wants to go more, I would say, than Ramos wants to come here. So from that perspective, De Gea plus 10 for Ramos, let's do the deal, get it out of the way. And then I would just take that money that we get, or not the money that we get, I would take some of the money that we have from some of the other player sales as well as from the big transfer kitty, and I'd put it towards Cillessen and Sergio Romero signing, sort out the two goalkeeping positions, get Valdez out quickly, and then get going. Because to me, you can't have an unsettled goalkeeping situation. That will affect the club, no matter how good the midfield is, how good the defense becomes, how good the strikers are. If the goalkeeper's not solid, you're in trouble. So yeah, that's the transfer roundup for the Wednesday, July 22nd, 2015. I've really enjoyed bringing this to you. As always, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll be with you tomorrow for the next transfer roundup.